Hey, everybody, look, the gang's all here. Boom, boom. Yes, indeed, Tater Salad gets a double, and I have one dog missing. Put the name in the chat if you know which one of my dogs is not in behind here. Just turn that around a little bit so you can see. There we go. Welcome, Dale. Dale went on recallers. Woo, 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 woo. Share it to Facebook. Sally, you are so way ahead of the game. Who know? Oh, Quinn, you were quick, Quinn. Momentum had some dental surgery today. She had to have a little tooth removed from a slab fracture. So I felt really bad leaving her at home, but I would feel even worse putting her on stage when she just had dental surgery today. So she's feeling fine. She's just a little bit dopey. So hi, everybody. Hey, Allison. Let me know where you guys are watching from. I can't promise that all of these dogs are going to be well behaved. Look, the puppy's already crying. But we'll see what happens. I will do demos with them. Already a problem. She's like, I see my auntie. Can you just take her by the collar and put her on her? So Kim's sitting right beside me, and this decided that was an invitation to maybe sit on Kim's lap. Karen, hi from Australia. Oh, hi, Heather. Tater, of course, gets the double wide. Because if you have a name like Tater Salad, you deserve a double wide, of course. Tater got a new collar today. Actually, on the weekend, I went out shopping, got him a new collar. Welcome to all the new recallers. I would like to know, are you a member of recallers if you're watching this? Are you thinking about recallers? Are you just scrolling by because you saw that I was live? Are you on the fence? Do you have questions? Leave a comment here. While you're thinking about that, I have a question, a really simple question for you, for all of you. Have you ever paid for dog training instruction? That could include online classes. That could include in-person classes. Welcome, Joan. Just joined Recallers and excited. Joan, your life is going to change. This is Girl Guide's honor. Your life is going to change. Dale, welcome to Recallers. So, Patty, I'm glad you're here. Thank you for joining us. Have you ever paid for dog training instruction? Online, in person? I guess that pretty much covers it, doesn't it? Because if you're doing a one-on-one, or you could be doing a group class, you could be, maybe you've gone to a lecture. So yeah, have paid for puppy social. Quinn says paid for puppy socials and a puppy class. Because did you know that the estimations are as low as 3%, 3 to 9%, only 3 to 9% of anybody who owns a dog in North America will pay for that dog for them to take the dog somewhere for instruction. So whether that's online or sending the dog to a board and train, I guess that's another instruction. So in person, online, board and train. Those are the three that I can think of. Ben says he's paid thousands for dog training. And sadly, Ben, I have a lot of friends who have paid thousands and thousands of for dog training. That was ill-advised dog training. So you are not alone, my friend. It definitely happens. But what's mind-boggling to me, I'm going to give you some more stats. I was looking at the numbers of people who watched. 35,000 people watched The Connected Dog. So 35,000 people got some really good dog training education. I'm so happy. And do you know what? So when you joined The Connected Dog, we asked you to tell us a little bit about yourself so we could help direct the training that you got. If you were a brand new dog owner, if you were a or if you're having a challenge with your dog that you wanted fixed right now, you were challenged. So By far, those two groups were the majority. Of the 35,000 people, 70% were either first-time dog owners, absolutely you should be joining recallers, or you're frustrated, you're either maybe potentially angry, frustrated, overwhelmed, you're dealing with a dog training challenge and you're looking for help. 70%, somebody do math. Kim? Oh, that's not my math girl. That is my grammar girl. 70% of 35,000, that's got to be close to 25,000 people. So 25,000 people were either first-time dog owners or they came with a challenge. And guess what percentage of those people, of the 25, will, if it follows the pattern that it has in years past, what percentage of those groups will become members of recallers? The people who need it the absolute most are the lowest enrollment. Less than 1%. And that makes me sad because, oh my gosh, we could change your life if you became a member of recallers. We could change your life. I have no doubt about that. Let me introduce you to my dogs. So my 2-year-old dog, the black and white border collie, her name is This. She'll be 3 in August. If you follow my podcast, you've heard me talk about her. She's had a lot of behavioral challenges, a lot of fear, some aggression, reactivity. A lot of it came down to diet. And we're constantly tweaking what we do with her. She is definitely a work in progress. And then there's the puppy who is 13 months old. Her name is Belief. She is a sport mix, which means she is purposely bred for dog sports. Her mother is a Staffordshire Bull Terrier. She's got some Border Collie and some Papillon in her. She is 13 months old. She is training-wise pretty much the complete opposite of This, in that she's very, very high, very, very frantic, very, very intense. And then the opposite of intense, we have rescue boy, Tater Salad. Now, Tater Salad was turfed out of his first home because he was a handful. And it was the wrong dog at the wrong time. Some of you might be in that situation right now. Wrong dog. He probably should have either a double or maybe he can get off of there. Monka, swagger break. Swaggy break. Good boy. You can go find a tunnel. Monkey, here. So Swaggy, go find a tunnel. There we go. He likes to hang out at tunnels. So that's where Swagger will be. Oh, you can't see him. Hold on. I will turn the camera on so you can see where. Okay. So Swagger likes to hang out where there might be action. So he's hanging out behind that tunnel over there. And Swagger is he's 12 and a half. And so he doesn't need to lay on one of those tiny little climbs for a length of time that we have here. So Tater Salad, half bulldog, part Boston Terrier, part naughty, and part pug. 100% puppy mill dog. So very, very inbred, very, very questionable upbringing, was sold to a broker at a very young age, then sold for a lot of money to a woman who had 2 young children. She was a single parent, a full-time ER nurse, worked 12-hour shifts, felt sorry for the dog. A couple of weeks after she got him, she got a boyfriend. So then he got less and less attention. Nobody could walk him because he pulled on leash so much and wanted what he wanted. If he didn't get what he wanted, his mode of operandi was to do the crocodile alligator roll, where if you grab his collar, he'd flip upside down and bite your hand and just drop to the ground on his back. And he just used his mouth. Now, he never broke skin, but he was scary because he's 50 pounds of muscle that would just bite to get what he wanted. And he destroyed everything. I know, but you're better now. You're so much better now. So he absolutely obliterated couches and living room furniture and outdoor patio furniture, and he was a hot mess. We took him in as a project thinking Kim might want to keep him, and somehow he ended up living here full time. So he's still he's Kim's dog part-time and my dog part-time, I guess. Yeah, Kim absolutely adores him, but Kim's other dog doesn't happen to adore him. Tater, on the other hand, loves everybody, loves all dogs. So that's Tater Salad, and he's a poster child for recallers. He's a poster child for reinforcement-based training. Do we expect perfection from him? No, we don't. But guess what? He comes pretty close. You would never recognize him as the dog he was before. Let's do something with him. Let's give away a prize before we do something with Tater first. If you would like to win a prize tonight, I'm going to give away a gift pack of treats from Coco Therapy. A gift pack worth for $50 of Coco Therapy treats. Love, love, love these. And so do my dogs. So share this broadcast right now. Share it on social media somewhere, on your Facebook page, YouTube page, Twitter, Instagram. Say Susan's live. Come and join us. Say whatever you want. And then come on back over here, write shared, and tell us where so our team can. And before we're done, I'm going to give away a gift pack. Gift pack of Coco Therapy. Tomorrow night, I'll give away another one. I'll give two gift packs. So share tonight, and then we'll give away one tonight at the end of the night and one tomorrow. Okay. Oh, these smell so good. This is blueberry cobbler. And, maybe it's because I've been eating keto for 6 weeks, but these smell yummy, yummy. What was that? Did you try the blueberry cobbler? Because I like the banana brulee. So good. They're all human grade, and there's no meat products in them. So, okay, so I'm going to put this camera on. Maybe Kim, you get up, and if you would just make sure this is on Tater or on. There we go. Oopsie. So you can just turn it a little bit. There is the boy. Okay. So this is TT. And I'm throwing nice cookies. Oh, here, I guess you can see from there. Yeah, so I'm throwing cookies on the ground for everybody. Of course, the dogs should know it's your choice because they live with us. But you know what? They're dogs. Things might go wrong. Things might not happen. Can you catch? Catch. Okay, Tater break. And you don't have to go in there. Come here, T. Close. Good. All right, so what if we do this? We're going to play this game. I'm going to throw come here, Tater. I'm going to throw the cookie. Ready? So the cookie's there. Do you want me to make that picture bigger for you to see it? Search. Yeah, Tater. Hop it up. I'll make that. I know you're eating. Get up there, though. Hop it up. I don't know if you guys can see this. Let me just see. There you go. All right. Come here, T. Yeah. Ready? Close. Thank you. Good. All right. So he's got one cookie. Search. Tater. Hop it up. Good. Okay. 2 cookies. Come here, T. And you can say, oh, Susan, I did connect the dog. I can do that. How about this? We'll throw bigger ones so you guys can see this one. Big cookie. Ready? Break. Sit. Good. Stand. Good boy. You have to come back. Search. Nice. Yeah, that was pretty good, T. Hop it up. Okay. Break. Side. Good boy. Nice. All right, we'll try that again. Big cookie. Search. Yay. Ready? Come on, big cookie, big cookie, big cookie, big cookie. Ready? Sit down. Break, sit. Get it. Such a good boy. Up it up, bud. Up it up. You're such a good boy. You guys are so patient waiting your turn. Such good kids. Yeah, cocoa therapy for you. Cocoa therapy for you. Can you catch this one? Catch. And Monka, he's like, I like it. There's action. I like my toy. Do you want a cookie, Swags? No. He just wants to hold his toy and watch the action. That's all he ever wants to do. Okay. So yeah, let's have some hearts for Tater. You know what? He took a long time getting to where he is, meaning he was in a very misunderstood place. And when we were driving home after the initial meeting him, Kim said to me, what was it that you said exactly?
Oh my God, what have I done?
Right. Oh my God, what have I got myself into? That's what it was. Because he was crazy. He was absolutely crazy. Like a high anxiety. He just wanted to chew everything, including people, people if you were in the way of what he wanted. And now he loves playing recallers games. He's a great family pet. He has maybe one downside if you drive in the driveway here, he loves getting in cars. So as soon as you get out of your car, he's jumping in. If you don't get out, but your window's down, he'll jump in on your lap. If the trunk's open, he'll jump in there too. Now, could we fix that? Sure, we could. Or we could just work on the recall so that he's not alone outside when people drive in the driveway. So, you know what? People see the border collies or the sport mix that can do things and they go, yeah, that's not my dog. Tater's everybody's dog. Tater is everybody's dog, especially if you're a first-time dog owner and you're in over your head, or you're about to get a new dog, or you have some challenges, or you have a rescue dog that came with some baggage that you weren't counting on. He's everybody's dog. And he's here to prove that, yes, you can get where you want to be. You can have the kind of relationship you want and continue to play games every day with your dog. All right, so that's, I think a lot of people said, yes, Tater's the reason I joined Recallers. Tater is, you can see the possibilities. You can see what's possible. If you know anything about a bulldog, that they're very determined, but then you take that bulldog and you mix it with terrier, we've got even more determination. So Rhonda asked, how do you join Recallers? So somebody on my team will put the link. I don't even know what the link is. I think it's dogsat.com/join now, but I don't really know. Somebody on my team will put that in. Really, I should know what it is. Do I have the clip of Tater crawling? Okay, I'll show you one of Tater's tricks. So I'm pretty sure that's on here. Hold on. Tater loves doing tricks. Actually, Tater was in trick class this afternoon with Kim. Here we go. He loves to train tricks. He loves to work. Like if he knows we're going for a walk around the field, if he could, he would make himself invisible. He has zero desire to go for a walk most days, maybe on a cool evening. But if we're heading to this building and there's a chance that dogs are getting worked, yeah, he is the first in line to get there. That's who Tater Salad is. Okay, so here we go. Here is the link to join Recallers. Recallers.com/Facebook FB for, there's got to be an easier one for me to say. Recallers.com. I bet you just went /join now or join. It will get you there. Okay. So we've had some questions and I want to answer your questions. And if you have any more questions about recallers in particular, some questions to finalize your understanding of what happened in the connected dog, then you just let us know. First question is, and we get this question every year, how long is it? And when we say you have access to everything in the memberships area for 12 months, then we get back, well, that's too long or that's not long enough. And let me tell you what's happening. Your subconscious brain wants to keep you safe. Safe means don't change. Safe means stay where you are. Safe means, oh, this might not be legit. Who trains dogs on the internet? How do you really know this woman? Your brain is trying to keep you safe. So it's saying, I don't want to do this for a year, or only a year. That's not long enough. And it's putting up roadblocks. And I'll tell you some of the other roadblocks. Oh, this is in US currency. Well, I live in Canada. Susan lives in Canada. Why is it US currency? I'm not going to join because I'm a Canadian. It should be in Canadian. So those are roadblocks. Do not separate, let a roadblock separate you from your dreams. Do not let a roadblock separate your dog from living their best life. All it is, I promise you, it's your subconscious just putting up a warning light saying, evaluate this because it's change. Is this something we really want? Is this something we really have to do? And so a lot of the questions that we get asked, and if you go to that recallers.com link, you'll see that there's a lot of FAQs there. A lot of those questions that we answer in the FAQs, that's not really the question. What you're really asking is, will this work for me? Costanza. It's a classic Costanza. Will this work for me? Will this work for my dog? Will I do the work because I signed up for stuff before and I've wasted my money? What makes you think I'll do the work? And will this program work for my dog with me training them? Those are the real questions. So the real questions, you can just put her in her crate if she's not happy there. So the real questions, get down to the real, like, I do not want to make this investment if it's going to be a waste for me or my dog. And let me tell you why I know it won't. Because the program is gamified. Yes, you are playing games with your dog, but we also have a custom built, the Recallers website is custom built by my amazing team. And if you've been watching my podcast, you know how amazing my team is. So they make it engaging for you. We put little quizzes in there for you. There's handouts, there's community questions, there's community events, there's once you've played some games, we might then say, join a distraction webinar where you're going to learn what to do when your dog is under a distraction. Or we're going to say, here's an opportunity to teach your dog to retrieve to hand every time you ask. So those are the sorts of things that, I mean, you'll see a lot more on that page of all the extra opportunities we include in Recallers because we don't want there to be a question. And most of all, we don't want anybody there that feels like they got trapped because they bought something and now they're not using it. And so we give people an opportunity to try the product, and then if they find that for whatever reason it's not working for them, then they can contact our team and get a refund, because we want people who know that we're their people. We want people who know they're in the right place and that Recallers is right for them. So, okay, I'm scrolling down to see. Can I use a dog bed instead of a crate? I strongly encourage everybody to put their dogs through crate games. If you own a dog, there is a chance in that dog's lifetime they're going to go to a veterinarian. If you play crate games, they're going to be 100% comfortable when they're there. And so investing the time in a crate definitely is worth your time. You can get a used crate on Facebook Marketplace for like $25 to $40, depending on the size of your dog. For sure, that year goes really fast. And with recallers, it probably will take you between 4 and 6 months to get through all of the games, the 40 foundational games. But then we encourage you, we engage you to repeat those games, but at the same time, maybe look at one of the other games like Your Dog's Pedicure Please. Let us coach you in how to cut your dog's nails with them wanting their nails cut. Yes, wanting. Or teaching your dog to walk on a loose leash, or teaching your dog to love to swim. Those are other things that you can get in the program. I want that shirt. The shirt, you can get this shirt on the website for sure. Hi, Hope. Okay, from Jen. I can say that recallers help build an amazing bond with my new puppy. Change the way I approach training and the way we work together. It feels like magic. I got, is my phone in here?
Over there.
Can you grab it? I'm going to play a message. Maybe I shouldn't play the message. I got a message, a message, like a personal message today sent on a DM, a friend of mine from Australia. And she said that she ran into a friend of hers who she had told about joining the Connected Dog. And she said, oh my gosh, I went through the Connected Dog and I cannot believe how smart my dog is. I thought he was as dumb as a bag of hammers. I can't believe how smart my dog is. I am joining recallers. And so what is it? What's that Einstein quote? If we evaluated a fish by his ability to climb a tree, we would deem all fish stupid. When you're trying to train a dog in an adversarial way, or in a way that doesn't make sense with reinforcement, they may appear like they just can't get it. And it's not that the dog is dumb. The dog is trying to guide you and tell you, this is not the way to train. And so when you and if you've gone through the Connected Dog, then you understand. You've seen your dog make choices on their own. And if you haven't gone through the Connected Dog, you still can join recallers, play the games for a couple of weeks. I promise you, 1 week is all it will take for you to notice a big, big difference. Okay. Thank you, training Tabby in Kenya. Best money I've ever spent. Way more for the value. Okay. I haven't even gone past game 12 in 8 months. Still seeing great results. The results of my dogs are amazing. We encourage people, because people have holidays, especially it's the summertime here in North America. We encourage people to go at their pace. So if it means you're repeating games, if it means that you have to stop for 3 weeks because somebody's getting married and you have to be there, you go at your own pace. Yes, it is the currency is in US funds because it is accepted all over the world. And we have, I'm going to get this wrong. I'm going to really underestimate. We have students in recallers in 125 countries around the world plus, because I know it's much, much more, but I don't want to embellish. So somebody on my team will probably correct me what it is. Do we need to complete crate games before joining? No, Wanda, because crate games is one of the games we revisit. And if you've never played it, we help you walk you through it. If you have been in the crate games online, you'll have a more in-depth understanding of it. So you'll be away to the races. Will Pedicure Please help with grooming a dog who has to lie on its side to get brushed? Absolutely, because I trim my dog's nails when I trim my dog's nail. Honestly, I don't do it that often. Okay, I admitted that I don't do it that often. I start them all, Kim. I never do the dog's nails. Kim, who works for us, is a vet tech. I train them all. I start them all. You did. Kim went through Pedicure Please with Belief. But, and we start them on their sides, but some dogs prefer, like Tater Salad, prefers to sit up. And once, you know, we can see where they feel most comfortable, we have at it. So yes, it absolutely will help your dog to be completely relaxed when you're grooming them, putting in eye drops. There's we can do so much with the dogs. Do you want to do a pretend eye drop with somebody, maybe with B, since she's anxious to do something?
Well, I can wipe her eyes.
Okay. So
Because she didn't like
yes, Belief was very suspicious of, what are you going to do to me? Oh, kind of deer in the headlights. And it took a more patient approach to do anything. And so now we can give the dogs, we give them drops in their mouth every night, and they voluntarily open their mouth. We put them in. And we'll just get Kim to show you a little demo on how working through Pedicure Please, then the dog understands they always have the option to say, no, thank you. You're moving too fast for the level of comfort I have. Remember, guys, always, 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 we're working towards the dog feeling safe. And once they feel safe, then we can grow that confidence. And that reminds me, I have a gem to give away from our last live. We had a gem share on our podcast, on our Facebook page, and I am going to find that gem right now and read it to you because it was very similar to what I just said. So hold on, I'm going to find the gem. Sharon shared it with me, and here it is. Okay, this gem is, I feel safe and safety for my dog in Susan's groups and teaching. Yes, I feel frustrated time to time, but I do not worry anymore. As a first-time dog owner, I didn't know where to find correct information to raise my dog. Right now, if I have a question, I know where to go. This made our relationship magical with the dog. We feel safe. It is trust. It is finding the right place. Thank you, Susan and team. That was from Ness Burleson. Ness Burleson. So thank you, Ness. And first-time dog owner, again, Ness is in the minority. First-time dog owner and joined recallers. If you do that, you have put yourself light years above other first-time dog owners. So Ness, reach out to the team at wag@dogzat.com, and we're going to give you a prize. So I'm going to change the camera so you can just see. I'm going to change the camera over, and you can just watch Kim just clean her eyes. So sometimes she has, and Tater Salad, you know, with that bulldog face, of course, his eyes have to get wiped daily and cleaned. Okay, so we've never done this in the building, so a different, oh. Do you need another table? Because I can bring one over. I can bring, just wait there.
I can just go over here.
Okay. So she holds her head down, and she's telling Kim, you can do what you want because my head is there. And so if Kim touches her forehead and she pulls away, then Kim won't go any further. Okay. So she can clean her eyes, and Belief says, yeah, that's good. I can do that. Okay. So this is a dog participating. The dog gets an opinion. I am a puppy and I don't feel comfortable with what you're doing. And we say, that's fine. We don't have to do it. And you can have a cookie. And eventually, if you just want to stay there, we can just keep giving you cookies. So yeah, so she gets her teeth brushed that way. So do you still use a cloth or do you use a brush with her now?
I use the brush now.
Okay, so Belief was very, very suspect of the toothbrush. It apparently was a puppy murdering toothbrush. All of the other dogs were fine. And so Kim just used, and when I say we, I mean Kim, brushed her teeth with a cloth for the first few months. And now we can, when I say we, I mean Kim.
Depends on some days it's still together.
Okay, so that is just creating safety for the dog. And think of if you ever went to a training class. I remember my first training class. It was back in the late 80s. And there was chaos, and everybody had to buy a choke chain for your puppy. And my puppy was like overwhelmed. There were 16 other puppies in the class, and they were all getting little pops for not paying attention. Pop your dog, then give them a cookie. And she wasn't going to eat that cookie. Was there safety there? No safety. And I've seen so many similar stories. That's one of the really beautiful things about training in an online classroom. First, if you want to go to a local class, there's a lot of benefits from that. Train where the dog feels safe. Grow confidence, grow the behaviors. They can do those behaviors. Then you can take those behaviors on the road. And one of those on the roads are going to be when you go to a classroom. Okay. Sarah wrote, recallers has completely changed my relationship with my dog for the better. Oh, I already mentioned that one. Here's a question. What will recallers do that I don't already get in Homeschool the Dog? Oh, okay, that's a great question. So we have another program called Homeschool the Dog. Rather than a year, it's 4 months. Rather than 40 games plus other classrooms, Homeschool the Dog is 12 games. So really, Homeschool the Dog was something that we put together to give people the opportunity to see if this kind of training was for them, or if they really felt the need to go back and correct their dogs, and they, that won't work for my dog. But once you get the experience in Homeschool the Dog, then the next place to come to is recallers. It's a year long. It's far more education. The same great coaching that you get in Homeschool the Dogs is just a lot more layers of understanding. We're going to different places with Homeschool or with recallers. Thank you. That was a great question. Okay, so Quinn wrote, my local class was positive reinforcement, but it was all about luring, and I knew that wasn't what I wanted for the dog. That can sometimes be confusing. I honestly feel like I should be like sitting over here so you can enjoy the view that is the Tater Salad dog. Somebody wrote, Tater Salad, very centerfold, handsome. Yeah. And yes, belief. So question 67 wrote, I love to see belief be comfy with what can be super scary for dogs. It was super scary for her. She, when, you don't think anything of it, because most dogs are, once they've learned to trust you, we've gone through the Pedicure Please for nails. So we go to wipe your eyes. Danger, Will Robinson. Okay. That reference might not land with a lot of you. It's an old show. Okay. And so some of you may have no problem wiping your dog's eyes. For others, like Kim and I, you have to be patient and allow the dog to, once the dog trusts that they have a part in the process, training goes a lot faster. They don't have to worry about anything. Will recallers help me for dog sports? I do dock diving and I want to do obedience. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. So can you say something? Yeah. Yeah. Oh, Kim's going to say something about what we are doing.
It's important to make sure you are okay with not having it done.
That's so important. So what you're doing, whether it be nail trimming or wiping their eyes, you've got to be okay with it not getting done. So for example, if you had medication from the vet and your puppy had to have that in their eyes, then, and your puppy was saying, I don't like this process, then you can do more sessions every day. But at the end of the day, the medication's got to get in the eyes. So unfortunately, that's when we have to do an overrule of consent. And I hate to do it because it sets you back in the trust between you and your dog. But when Tater Salad came, I mean, I was super worried about him because being a brachycephalic dog, we didn't have the option of taking him in and putting him under and getting his nails cut at a veterinarian because it was dangerous for him. At that time, he could barely breathe. He had since had, what's that surgery called?
I had his nares open and his
The soft palate. He had like 2.5 inches cut off his soft palate. So, so then we had to be patient and just be okay with him having long nails until he was at a point where he was like, I've gone from being terrified of you and wanting to bite if you came near me with any implements of destruction for my nails to, okay, yeah, I can dig it. What do you want to do? Like he's a dog who, if you have a process, he is your guy. He is all in. Here's a question. What if you don't know how to use technology very well? How do I get involved in different groups and stuffs in the recolor program? Okay, we have an amazing team of coaches. I mean, amazing. So you get going through the recolors program and you might say, hey, I'm at game day 6. This is going really well. This isn't going so well. Should I start doing Pedicure Please? Sure. And they'll say, you know what? Yeah, do this part of Pedicure Please. It'll be great. So the team, our coaches are amazing. And the great thing is, I've joined online programs that you get a video and you get a lesson. And then you don't get to ask questions. You go on to the next video and lesson. And all the answers should be in your video and lesson. I happen to think all the answers are in our videos and lessons, but we also have myself and an amazing team of coaches that will be in there to help guide you. And so if you have a question like that, you just ask. It's not right now is not about you, bud. Sorry. Twilight Doodles. Do I have the option to beg my recolors to be extended? You don't have to beg. I'm sure that just meant B, to have my recolors. So yes, as your year end comes to an end, we do have an opportunity for you to carry on with us. It's called an alumni, and we actually give you even more things that are new. And we have an alumni investment, which is nowhere near your regular price of recolors. He's saying, yeah, this needs to be more about me. Well, recolors help not just anxious riddle dog, but fear-based triggers that are potentially unknown. Yeah, Jessica, hormones are a biggie and food. Hormones and food, for sure. And the games played in your home, this is how it works. Now, I'm not saying all behavior problems are going to be fixed with recolors. I will say, I can't think of a behavior problem that won't get better or that won't be improved with recolors, because we're growing confidence. We're growing the feeling of safety. We're growing the connection. And then you can isolate and focus on what is it that you and your dog need, the two of you. Like for a dog like Belief, who is doing a lot of crying, she needs more calming. So we do a lot of calming for her. And for a dog like this, we do tons of excitement. Okay, here's from Sydney. One of the best things I've learned from you is a reminder that we could have 1,000 wins, but within those wins was 10,000 losses. Not every day is going to be the best training day. Absolutely. We look for lessons in the failure, and you've got to be okay. You've got to be okay with not being perfect. And here's, you know, I was out visiting family over the weekend out west, and I was talking to my nieces about this, that if you're feeling anxious, then you're focused too much on the future, on, oh, what if this happens? What if that happens? Are those things in your control? With our dogs, we have even less in our control, right? When it's just us, it's easy to feel anxious. Add a dog to it. You know, I had my dog have surgery this morning. She had to go under anesthetic. There was a little bit of anxiety for me first thing in the morning. And I said, what's in my control? Within my control is to focus on other things so that time will go. And Kim said, hey, she's had a surgery. And I'm like, wow, I didn't even realize she was in. So if you're feeling depressed, chances are you're comparing your dog to what you thought life would be like with, or you're comparing your dog to what life was like with your last dog. And let me tell you, our past dogs grow more and more perfect the longer they've been passed. We tend to forget about the tears, that the more we live in this isn't what I thought I was getting when I got myself a bulldog. This isn't what I wanted. You got to be in the present. And that's what allows you to, set yourself up to getting 1,000 wins and celebrating each one of them and looking at each time that you ask your dog to do something and it doesn't go great as well, what did I learn? How could I have done that differently? And that's how you grow. So a question, no, I didn't answer that question. No, it's Kim's fault. So the question was, will recolors help me for dog sports? Honestly, the original recolors, which has got a lot of the same things in it. We've grown a lot more games. The original recolors was with a focus of dog sports. We might need another crate. Yeah. Oh, because she's got a bone. I don't know where it came from. Oh, she found one. So the original recolors was for dog sports. If you have any intention of doing like agility, obedience, any kind of sport where you have to have some sort of teamwork, of course, the Schutzen or Frisbee or any behaviors that have to be grown, this is the absolute best foundation you could have. Do you want to get her out and just do some circle work? And so Belief has never done obedience. She's done recollar games. All right. And so I'm going to get Kim out. So, well, there's some handling 360 in there too, for sure. But you've never done any obedience. But I'm going to, if you watch the two, here, you can use this toy if you want.
Thank you.
And it's recollar's toy. Oh, no, it's a dog's that toy.
Thank you. Mine.
No, it's not yours. So recolors, maybe recolors, the worst part about it is that the name doesn't really tell the whole story. It's way more than teaching your dog to come when called. It's all about connecting with your dog, growing as a team, maybe we'll do a retrieve and just some little fun things. I'll get the C to come over here. Come here, little. This break. Puppet. Good. And then I'll let him go in and chew on that bone. So then you can. Good. Tater break. Do you want to come in here? TT, come this way. You got to get in the kennel to get the bone. That's a smart boy. Okay, so I'll just open this up a little bit so you can see. So she's had no obedience. Look at the focus and connection she has with Kim. She's had zero obedience. Look at the position by her leg. Doesn't that look like a dog who's been formally obedience trained? Okay, put her in a sit back there, and then you're going to come up and then recall her. Let's see how well she knows what we call reinforcement zone, and this is a 13-month-old puppy. So come on up here, and then you're just going to recall her. See how well she knows to that side. Close. So that's a dog who understands what obedience people might call heel position, but it's all been trained through recollar games. Just do a retrieve that towards the end of the hall. Sparkly orange collar and a bright orange toy. Okay, so she's got nothing but focus for Kim. Okay, sit down, stand. 13 months old. So will recolors help your puppy? Yeah. Will recolors work for me if I'm not that good at online training, learning? Gina, here's what I know. Recolors will spoil you for any other online learning. That I know, because I've heard it for other people, that they've tried to take a class from other online platforms and they just come back to our classes because of the way ours are custom built. So it's completely different experience. So I am very confident you are going to excel. But after 2 weeks, you can write customer happiness and let us know. And if you say, oh, I'm still overwhelmed and I don't know technology, I'm not good at this, which I'm confident you won't, because once you get in there and you'll see, then our team will either make sure you're 100% guided, or we'll give you a refund if it's you're like. Now, if you say, will recolors work if my internet connection is like 1 or 0.1 megabytes? Like if you live near where Kim lives, you'll be challenged. So we do, you can still watch it. We do have, in the past, when internet hookups or line were more difficult, we did have people who would go to the library, download everything, and then go home and watch it. Okay. I would love to get my 19-month-old mini Schnauzer involved in agility and scent work in the near future. Right now, we're working on temperament, as he'll be taking a temperament test. Well, Grace, I promise you, recolors will help you with that. You put another question? Oh, gotcha. So the question is, my dog is reactive on leash and looks super aggressive. Is there something in recolors to help her? That's a big question, because emotions could be that your dog just needs the feeling of safety and confidence and understanding and protection from you. So in that case, 100% recolors is going to make all the difference in the world. But your dog may also be having some serious behavioral challenges, and recolors will help improve it. But I can't promise you, you don't need a certified animal behaviorist, because it's not a panacea for everything. It definitely will improve, but I can't promise it's going to fix, because reactivity is something that is got such a wide spectrum. Now, I could tell you that this was very, very reactive on leash. She couldn't be anywhere near other dogs. I would say she was about a year old was when it was at its worst, maybe 13 or 14 months. And yeah, now I could take her anywhere. Incoming. Do you want to play a game? Oh, is that where she's going back to the crate? Aw. I'm frustrated with my health, which limits my participation beyond new programs. So, I feel bad for you that you have health frustrations. If you've been through Connected Dog, you can see what you can and cannot do. We have people that have all different kinds of limitations that we help adapt to that. But I mean, let's face it, if you're in pain, sometimes any movement is hard, but the chance to play a game with your dog might be the motivation to help just get you moving. I did the math. Recolors is less than $1.40 a day. It doesn't get any better than that. $1.40 a day. And our coaches actually they live in all the time zones around the world. So I can pretty much go in there and there'll be a coach in there coaching around the clock. How structured is Recolors? We're in Homeschool the Dog. How does it compare? Well, it's very similar in that we're giving you a video that's been professionally produced. In Recolors, there are some longer videos because I really need you to understand some of the science that gives you the why your dog is doing what they're doing. And then there's going to be a game day download that gives you your step-by-step on how to teach the skill, the game of the day. And each game progresses on another. So we don't let people join and do game 1 and 2 and then jump to game day 10. They all are interrelated and they all progress on each other. And that's something that it isn't just playing games for the sake of playing games. It's playing games to get you to a destination, to deepen that relationship, to help grow your partnership with your dog. How does Recolors help with barrier frustration? I would think probably the biggest thing is our coaching through the relaxation protocol and helping that dog to not be anxious without a barrier. So, you know, can you get there without Recolors? If you probably, you could if you were just wanting to fix barrier frustration. However, the games add that. I mean, they just add more skills, as you could saw with Tater and with Belief. They add more skills. So while you're solving the barrier frustration, depending on if it's in a crate, if it's a fence, if it's all the above, and depending on how severe that is, Ben, that the games will augment the training that you'll be doing on the barrier frustration. And the barrier frustration, in my opinion, should be focusing around relaxation protocol and remote feeder. Okay, any other questions for me? Oh, there was a question about multiple dogs. Can we do this with multiple dogs? And the question is absolutely. So what I do when I'm training more than one dog is I will either use like these great climbs from Blue 9, which I love, or your living room couch or a footstool. I'll teach my dog the hot zone, which if you've been through the Connected Dog, you've been introduced to it. We go and teach it more in depth in Recolors. And once you've got the hot zone or crate games, and if I'm doing this with a crate, the crate door is open. And so I teach my dogs to take turns. It's your turn. It's now, you're going to wait. It's the other dog's turn. Now, if I have a puppy, 2/3 of the turns are going to be with the puppy. And the older dog will still get engagement. They just won't get as much of my time, right? They'll get my time somewhere else in the day. But the training, I'm going to grow the puppy's understanding. That's the same if I'm working through a behavior challenge. So some of you have mentioned leash reactivity, barrier frustration, fearfulness, some of the other behavioral challenges. If I'm working on those, then and I've got other dogs, then the dog that has a challenge will get 2/3 of the training time for Recolor games, and the other dog will get far less. I guess that leaves 1/3, according to my math. Okay. Oh, this is a great description, Sarah. Recallers is homeschool the dog on steroids. Homeschool the dog is a nice start for basic behaviors, but recallers goes a lot deeper. Yeah, it's definitely very, very more robust in the learning and the fun, because there's a lot more things in there for you. Even if you go through all 40 games in the first 4 months, I promise you there's other things there for you. There's other classrooms that we give you in there. Will recallers have any puppy training info, or do I need to sign up for an additional class? No. Puppy training, yes. Yes, puppy training, recallers. 13-month-old puppy. And most of the skills you just saw. What the podcast, oh yes, the podcast has got some great information there. But the actual lesson plan, you have a puppy, you need a lesson plan. We're going to give you a lesson plan to make sure that you are starting your puppy off on the right foot. And I remember a friend of mine, she's a lawyer, and she was getting her first dog. It was a sporting dog, and which I thought was very ambitious for somebody's first dog. And she joined recallers before she got her puppy, so that she could go through the lessons and learn herself, got her puppy, amazing, did an amazing job, had an amazing experience, went through all the recallers games, and yeah, she just hit the ground running. Because with a puppy, it's about connection. It's about creating environmental neutrality for that puppy anywhere they are, that there's nobody more important in the world than what you're doing with them at that point. That yes, she would like to think about getting off. Do you think she might need to go out? So but yeah, she's a puppy. She and you can tell the 2-year-old's like, yeah, I we're chilling. We're going to do something after. That's cool. I'm going to give away a prize right now. I'm going to give away the one of our Coco Therapy. Let's give some Coco Therapy treats to the dogs. This one. These are like fat bombs, if you have ever had a fat bomb. Okay, those 2 girls. Oh, TT gets one too. So I'm going to give away the prize. Well, you can decide. You can split them up. So our share prize is Heather Pearson King. Let's have some hearts for Heather. We're sending you Coco Therapy. We're giving. So my team just hands me things. My team created a new award tonight. So the first Kindness in Action winner goes to Ginny Dennis Wild Goose Lister? Is that all one name? Ginny, you're impressive. Team created a new prize for you, and you also are winning a Coco Therapy basket. So congratulations. And thank you to all of our sponsors, For My Merles, Coco Therapy, Blue 9 with their propels. Oh, their propels and their harnesses. Amazing stuff. So thank you. Let's have some hearts for all of our sponsors. Not some of them. Don't leave any out. Okay. So I'm going to jump off now. I'm going to come back tomorrow. So if you have more questions, leave them here. Please share this live, and we'll give away more prizes tomorrow. So thank you all. Thank you, Swaggy. Do you know that's happening? Swagger knows what's happening now. Right, buddy? Okay. So we'll see you tomorrow evening. And if you have more questions about the program, you have more questions about how one leads to the next, Connected Dog takes you into recallers, then just let me know. And what I would encourage you to do, go to the recallers registration page It's a big standalone website, the registration page. Watch my video there. It will give you some great, like, please do that favor for me. Give me a heart. Let me know you're going to go watch that video. It gives you an in-depth look at what your life will be like as a member of Recallers. And then on the page, you'll see all sorts of the bonuses that you get. So there's many bonuses that we could sell for the price of Recallers alone. So there's a lot of extras that you're getting. Plus, there's a live chat on the bottom. If you have any questions that you don't want to ask in public, just ask in the live chat. And you could say, could Susan ask this tomorrow? Put it there. All right. Okay, guys, we'll see you tomorrow.